Have you ever wondered how the United States became the world's superpower? It's a story that really kicks into high gear right after World War II. Before the war, America was a major player. But by 1945, the world had completely changed, and the US was left standing in a unique position of power. Let's dive into how this incredible transformation happened. First, let's talk about the economy. While Europe and Asia were devastated by the war, the United States mainland was untouched by combat. American factories, which had been working overtime to produce weapons, tanks, and planes for the war effort, didn't have to rebuild. Instead, they just switched gears. This massive industrial machine, already warmed up, started churning out cars, refrigerators, all sorts of consumer goods. This sparked an unprecedented economic boom. Suddenly, America wasn't just a strong economy. It was the world's factory, producing almost half of the world's manufactured goods. This economic strength gave the US a powerful new tool: money. Europe was in ruins and needed help to rebuild. Enter the Marshall Plan. The United States pumped billions of dollars into Western Europe to help rebuild its economies. On the surface, this was a generous act of aid. But it was also incredibly strategic. By helping Europe rebuild, America created a continent of stable, democratic trading partners who are now dependent on American goods and financial support. This not only prevented the spread of communism, but also locked in American economic dominance for decades to come. While the economy was booming, America's military was also undergoing a massive expansion. The end of World War II didn't mean peace. A new kind of conflict was brewing with the Soviet Union, the Cold War. This ideological battle required a new kind of military, one that could project power across the entire globe. The US began establishing military bases all over the world, from Germany to Japan. And then there was the ultimate weapon, the atomic bomb. By the end of the war, only the United States possessed this terrifying new technology. This nuclear superiority gave America an unparalleled military edge. Even after the Soviets developed their own bomb, the US maintained a lead in nuclear technology for years, creating a powerful deterrent that shaped global politics. To counter the Soviet threat, the United States also became the architect of a new global security system. In 1949, it led the formation of NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. This was a military alliance that bound North America and Western Europe together. An attack on one member was considered an attack on all. This was a radical departure from America's traditional isolationism and positioned the US as the protector and leader of the free world. The US also built the world's strongest Navy and Air Force, capable of controlling the seas and skies, ensuring its influence could reach any corner of the planet. But power isn't just about guns and money. It's also about influence. And this is where the US dollar comes in. In 1944, even before the war ended, leaders from 44 allied nations met at Bretton Woods, New Hampshire. They created a new international economic system designed to promote stability and prevent another global depression. The cornerstone of this system was the US dollar. It was agreed that the dollar would be pegged to gold, and all other currencies would be pegged to the dollar. This effectively made the US dollar the world's reserve currency. Everyone needed dollars to trade internationally, giving the United States immense control over the global financial system. This economic power was fueled by an incredible wave of innovation. The war effort had pushed technology forward at a breathtaking pace. This momentum continued after the war, leading to a technological revolution. From the development of the transistor, which paved the way for computers, to the space race, which spurred countless inventions, American science and technology were second to none. This innovation didn't just create new products, it created entire new industries that American companies came to dominate. And let's not forget about culture. While other countries were rebuilding, American culture began to spread across the globe. Hollywood movies, rock and roll music, blue jeans, and Coca-Cola became symbols of a modern, prosperous, and free lifestyle. This soft power was incredibly effective. It wasn't forced on people, they wanted it. American culture came to represent aspiration and opportunity, further cementing the country's global influence. People around the world were literally buying into the American dream. So what was happening with the other great powers? The British and French empires were crumbling, exhausted by war and facing independence movements in their colonies. Germany and Japan were defeated and occupied. The Soviet Union was a formidable military rival, but its centrally planned economy couldn't compete with the dynamism of American capitalism. While others declined, America rose. Back home, this post-war prosperity created something new, a massive, thriving middle class. Thanks to things like the GI Bill, which helped veterans get an education and buy homes, millions of Americans achieved a standard of living their parents could only have dreamed of. This strong domestic consumer market created a virtuous cycle, further powering the American economy. Companies like General Motors, IBM, and Boeing became household names not just in America, but around the world, dominating their respective markets. So when you put it all together, a booming, untouched industrial base, a strategic plan to rebuild and influence Europe, overwhelming military and nuclear superiority, control over the global financial system, technological revolution, and irresistible cultural exports, you get the recipe for a superpower. The end of World War II didn't just mark a victory, it marked the beginning of the American century. It fundamentally reshaped the world order, placing the United States at the very center. And even today, while the world has become much more complex and other powers have risen, many of the foundations of American power established in the post-war era remain. The dollar is still the world's primary reserve currency. Its military is the most powerful, and its culture continues to have a global reach. The story of how America became a superpower is the story of how our modern world was built. Thanks for watching. If you found this interesting, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more deep dives into history. See you next time.